even though I'm a month late to the party, to just talk about the brief, albeit very subtle, ceasefire that we've currently got in the Mediterranean before operations will begin again in a few years' time, when they really ramp up the fear porn regarding climate change in order to justify the influx of African migration that we already signed ourselves up for via the UN Migration Compact, all in due course. That's why they're fearing the brunt of it just now. You know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, that type of rhetoric. But it just goes to show, though, how all it takes is for them is to declare the crisis is over, the crisis that they created. And, you know, it's met with nothing other than media coverage. Generic media coverage, no skepticism at all. How did this migrant crisis supposedly end, or come to a point where it's somewhat stalled? Well, that's right. It's because of the revelation of the UN Migration Compact. All of a sudden our worries, our troubles are over. But let's not forget here, that was a plan being drawn up well before the migrant crisis even started. And of course, it was only implemented on the back of the crisis of the migrant crisis. So they had the plans in place, but they needed something in order to justify passing them. So they staged the refugee crisis, as it was once known. And then all the animosity and the shit show that became very quickly, they then used that, as well as the deaths and the never-ending flow of migrants, helped over, of course, by NGOs, etc., as a means to rush through the migrant compact. And you can read it all. Quite clearly states that the fucking refugees is why this needs to be signed up, etc., etc., to ease the flow, make it safe and legal, and all that rhetoric that you're all familiar with. But yet, at the time, we were all just led to believe that they were all fleeing ISIS. A bunch of Syrians who turned out to be Gambian and Senegalese men fleeing ISIS. Wonders never cease to amaze me at how easily the public are duped, myself included, for a short time. But yet, still, we're all conspiracy theories, and everything I say and everybody that ever utters anything similar to what I've said, previously or currently, we're all conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theorists, peddling myths and lies. The mainstream media are on your side, and what I have just said was nothing short of bullshit. But you gotta wonder to yourself, if that really is the case, then why was it in 2001 the man responsible for the migrant compact being created in the first place said openly in British Parliament that European nations, including Britain, would have to forget the idea of homogenous nations in favour of multiculturalism? Why? Because apparently multiculturalism was the only way Europe would survive. This was in 2001. Reason being? Well, apparently not enough babies. So even 20 years ago, they knew that we weren't having enough babies. Well, why didn't they do something 20 years ago? Why did they sit down and keep their mouths fucking shut until a point where it was too late to reverse things? Even though, who knows if that's even the truth or not? You know? Amongst the multitude of other factors in regards to why children ain't being procreated at a steady enough pace. It would surprise me if there actually isn't below replacement level. How are we meant to fucking know? How are we truly meant to know? But one thing is abundantly clear throughout all of it, is that the wave after wave after wave of migration that Europe's seen via this orchestrated BS, it's just a fucking drop in the ocean and what's to come, eh? Can't fucking wait. I love diversity and multiculturalism. It's our strength after all. Peace.